sign up. Make sure you're part of that newsletter. You want to make sure you get the email so you stay up to date to every single step of the way, because AUR and gaming did not come to play this year, okay? Aside from the fact that the winning teams get $1,500 at the AURN Gaming 2K23 tournament, say that 10 times fast, you also want to note that the tournaments are going to take place both on PS5 and on Xbox. Yes, you heard that right. So they're going to be side-by-side tournaments. It doesn't matter the console you're on. You and your guys and gals can be able to shoot for a chance to play. And if you're in the tournament as a team, you get $500 apiece. Get to the money, okay? And that's what? $1,500, $50, that's 3 stacks. We're giving away some real big money. Shout out to AURN for sponsoring the stream. I love you long time. All right, so www.aurngaming.com is where you want to be, everybody. All right, so we are definitely on to Hogwarts. I'm very excited. I mean, I've been playing without... I've been playing with my mouse for the last few days, and I feel like I'm getting better. You guys said that it would get better with time. So I'm definitely excited about that. But, ooh, look. Ooh, we love chess. So what do we want to meet someone, do the legwork? There's a whole world full of women. Just have to say hi. Maybe you get a bite, maybe you won't. But an app isn't gonna get it done. All right, chat. Let's talk about it. Bet. Now, the question is, Ask Bunny says, and this is anonymous as well, I can't say who this is from. The question says, my dating pool's dry, which is not a question, but we continue. Should I try dating apps? Let's start with this. Let's start with the concept of dating. The first thing I wanted to do was mention dating is kind of not what everybody's been trying to paint dating to be. People believe like dating is one of these things where supposedly, you know, you just with one person, and while you're getting to know this one person, like you guys are exclusive to each other. If you don't have a ring on your finger, or you didn't put a ring on somebody's finger, y'all don't have to be exclusive to one another. Y'all are just friends. Like, that's why when your grandma be like, oh, that's your friend. So whatever dude you trying to bring to meet your grandma, is this stressful? No. Whatever type of dude you trying to bring to meet your father, or vice versa, like, you're going to look at them like, that's your friend, dad. That's not your girl, dad. Until you marry them, you don't got to be exclusive to them. And that's really the way that I want for us to start this conversation when it comes to this, like, dating app thing. I want to talk about the nature of dating. Now, when it comes to this, the most primitive of civilizations has proven to take into account specific factors while going through the process of choosing your partners, right? Which are best suited, which are not. Don't you think dating apps kind of do the same? But just on a technological level? Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, right? Here's the thing. If what we've been thinking is dating on the Western Hemisphere of the world, here on the Western Hemisphere, which has the American continent of North America and the American continent of South America, right? And Latin America, we have been getting this notion that dating is two mutually exclusive people doing this thing, this song and dance, until somebody puts a ring on it and exclusively commits, and they take it to the next level, which is buying a house, or maybe they've already been in a house, because there's a lot of people that get, you know, engaged and married after being together for about a decade, right? Give or take. So I want to be able to say that when you're looking at these apps are only very, you know, crudely and very like bluntly doing the obvious, doing what it, you know, setting people up, arranging people that have mutually, that both have the same desires. dating for the same reason. Now, if it's just a DTF, you know what that means, and that's what somebody else desires, then I would say these apps would do that for you, arrange that for you. So I want to start this conversation by saying I am completely aware, right, of the notion that dating is not this mutually exclusive thing between one and done, and that's it. I realize, the Western culture has brainwashed us into believing that. All right. Whether or not I agree with it is not this show. That's a different show. But we're answering the question that we had. When you're having a dry spell, should you try a dating app? I would say, to be honest with you, because dry spells come around as balance, I believe they come around as a reminder for you to be able to think about what occurs when you're dating without dating. You separate yourself from it and you kind of have a view of what it is that dating is about, right? We have to be real and ask ourselves during this dry spell, okay, when I'm dating, what is it like? When I'm dating, do I only date one person? Do I get obsessed with that one person? Do I smother them? Do I close myself off, right, to other options, other people to date, other genders to date? Maybe you don't want to date other genders, but maybe you should try to date other cultures within the gender that you prefer. Do you see where I'm going with this? There's a reflection that I feel like needs to take place, right, chat? Chat says nope. I'm not against the nature of dating, but I just hate apps. That's what chat thinks. We've got Jig the Ripper in chat for the first time. Hi, Jig. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, I want to make sure that we're being real and we're asking ourselves these tough questions and be a little bit more mindful and respectful of our own energy, right? If our energy has us in a dry spell, whether we've had our heart broken or we did the breaking of the hearts to now, land us in this sticky situation where we're like, damn, it's getting about to be that time at night and I don't have, anybody to snuggle or cuddle with. I would say, ask yourself, be like, what is it about this dry moment right now that I need to be able to reflect on so that either it doesn't happen again because maybe I don't like it, or I can manage it a little better because I don't mind it while I'm figuring out where my person is. If you have a person, right? Because we all, and that brings us to the next thing, you got to keep your eyes and your intuition aware, right? We all want to find our person, but we tend to want to find our person more than wanting to find our person with mutual, interests or goals or paths or aligned frequencies. So I would say you definitely want to be able to take care of that. Reflect on that. Be willing to take a look at this and amplify your intuition so that when you are looking on a dating app, or maybe you're not on a dating app, maybe you're out in the field and you actually trying to find somebody IRL, right? Or maybe you're somewhere in between and you want to meet somebody on a social media platform and just slide up into their DMs. Still always make sure you take care and keep your eyes and intuition aware, all right? Because you might miss red flags. If you're more focused on finding your person than finding alignment before you find the person, then you're going to be able to, you're going to slip and trip. Don't rush. That's how accidents happen. But also, within the scope of these dry spells that you're having, I want you guys to be able to be willing to compromise in a healthy manner with whatever the medium is that you're toggling, right? That you're dealing with, for you to be able to land that person or those persons. For example, maybe you're monogamous and you're looking for that person on these dating apps. You got to be willing to compromise healthy, okay? If you're one of these girls out here that be like, oh, I only can have a 6'6", 200-pound, this, that, you got to be willing to compromise, because the guy with 6'6", 200 pounds might lead you on and just use your bio on this dating app or this social media profile against you, okay? 9 times out of 10, You're putting yourself out there regardless whether you're meeting somebody in real life, through social media DMs, or through a dating app that has you swipe to the left. Hey Flash, what's poppin'? So, and then lastly, I wanted to mention, bet on yourself, okay? When you're having these dry seasons, and bet on yourself. You start over in a healthy way, the healthiest way you can if necessary. You don't necessarily have to start over with this toxic positivity, like, yeah, it's gonna be okay, I'm single and I love it. I get it, it might suck. You clearly want a person if you're thinking to ask me if you should try a dating app. But my advice to you is to be wary of those four things that I mentioned: being real with yourself and disciplined and respectful of your own energy. Keep your eyes and your intuition open. Be willing to compromise, and then also bet on yourself. So with that being said, I really, really hope you take this into consideration. Before I answer your question, I love you. I'm so glad that you asked me this, because I don't get questions asked like this enough. A lot of people don't care about my take on dating. Well, at least not on social media or dating apps at all. But I'm heavy into tech, and I'm a sex symbol. So if I can lend you any kind of positive feedback with regard to the situation that you're going through right now, something that made you even ask me anonymously, should you try a dating app, then yeah, I want to make sure that before I tell you yes or no, I wanted to give you some support. Okay? So I definitely want to talk about the different dating apps that I have experienced, and then I want to go through kind of really quickly the experiences that I've had. First and foremost, I've only went on one blind date. So let's start with IRL. So firstly, in real life dating, right? The closest thing you're going to get to the dating apps with IRL dating is when somebody sets you up on what we used to call back in the day was blind dates. I feel like everything now is a blind date because people be lying. Catfish. But I say that to say I've only been on one blind date in my whole entire life. But wait, there's more. I'm not even mad about that, chat. Have you ever been on a blind date? If so, let me know in the chat. But I'm going to tell you really briefly. My first blind date, I've talked about this on Instagram and TikTok Live, where I told y'all I was set up with somebody. My manager set me up with a friend of theirs, saying, oh, you guys are going to hit it off. You guys are going to be perfect. Oh my God, you guys are so alike. I meet up with this person. He's, God forgive me, the most ghetto of ghetto of ghetto. Like, while I could be ghetto, I was just like, it says a lot about you if you setting up that person that looks ghetto like that with me. So red flag instantly. If somebody sets you up on a blind date and you're not on a blind date in real life with somebody that like looks the way that you would carry yourself, then, that's not your friend. And that's not somebody you need to be dating. So instinctively, I knew that the date was going to be a short-lived one. It was, pretty apparent when the date was to go to watch a movie. And this person brought a 40-ounce beer into the movie theater. While I would have loved to do that, I guess at 21, 22, 23, I'm not doing that. Ever. Put it this way, I think I was about 23 when this happened, and I was like, no. So, the date was cut short. I asked to use the bathroom and never came back. And of course, I was texting my homegirl, my manager, and I was like, bitch, I think that we're not friends. I think that you're the Amber to my Dion, because you're clueless. So that is, that's my experience with, blind dating in real life, which is what I believe you get when you are dealing with dates on a dating app, right? So moving forward from in real life blind dates, I want to talk about going on dates with people that you meet on social media, okay? I have absolutely dated a person that I've met on social media. Like, I'll tell you about one that you probably do know about. Somebody that slid into my DMs because I was complaining about dating apps not being for me, which we'll get back to right after this. Okay. The person tells me, hey, you know, you should be letting me date you. Let a Southern gentleman date you. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. Caparoni, the San Francisco treat. But nonetheless, I see their profile, and I was instantly, I can't see, I'm blind. It was bad. It was bad. You know, truth be told, this is the problem with these mediums. You have filters, crops, lighting, you know, all of these things and captions that create this persona, this facade. You know, we're all guilty of it, if that's a good word to use it, but we all partake in it. We all put our best pics on our Avi, right? We all put the best caps and emojis under our posts. We use the best songs for our reels, and we put the glitter all over our stories. So it is what it is. We embellish. But, you know, needless to say, I meet the dude, super narcissist. And I found out that I was, you know, getting to know somebody, but I didn't know enough about them. It was like maybe, I want to say, a week or two in, and I get told, you know, hey, listen, I know I told you I do this for a living, but the truth about it is I'm a federal agent. And I do this for a living instead. And so it was like, I don't need that. I don't need that. So, you know, that's not aligned with me. And so I did kind of get catfish, Thunder. You see what I mean? So that's my take on what and of course, blind dates in real life can go great. I know people that have gotten married, but that's the exception of the rule. You know, sliding into the DMs can turn out great. You know, I know people that's turned out great. I think Flash, didn't your brother and sister-in-law end up getting married off of a DM? Anyway, that's not my business. But let's talk about what is my business. I have tried 2 dating apps, and I've tried it. This is me embarrassed that I can't even speak right now. I've tried 2 dating apps, and one of those, like, you know, like those sugar daddies apps. So two for one. I did okay. So Chad, do you guys want to know which ones I tried? Do you want to know? I'll wait. I'ma wait, Chad, cause y'all got me embarrassed. All right. The first one I tried was Tinder. 8 minutes. I had my picture. I had the one picture up there, and I was like, oh, I'll add more pictures later. Let me try to see what this is about. All I had was my Avi, my profile pic. That's all I had. I didn't even get to add, like, the booty, you know, all of this. I didn't add none of this. You see this? None of this was in the thing. So I need to make sure that y'all realize this was not, and this was not. I was looking like a good little girl. Okay. And I think I even had, like, my blue hair. I was looking cute. A little too cute, apparently. 8 minutes into Tinder, I deleted the whole app. Like, I logged out. No, I deleted my profile. It logged me out, and I deleted the app off of my phone. Do you want to know why? You know why. You know why, chat. Of course you know why. That shit is crazy. Fam, I kid you not. The first message that I got was somebody telling me 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Chat. I don't even know you. How you asking me? I mean, yeah, but no. I don't know you. So I immediately was like, this is a crazy person. Let's keep going. And I swiped the wrong direction by mistake. Me. I swipe. Boomer moment. So apparently, if you swipe one way, you telling them you with the shits. If you swiped another one way, you like they don't even know that you're not with the shits, but you're not with the shits. So it's like, you know. But I didn't get it. Like I thought. Listen. Needless to say, I got pictures of things I didn't want to see, and they didn't look remotely close. And to be honest with you, even if they looked at the way I would want them to look, I didn't need to see no pictures like that. It was too soon. So 8 minutes in, I deleted the app. That was my experience with Tinder. It was OD. And to those of you in chat that are asking about the location, I was in Brooklyn. That's how they was giving it up in Brooklyn. So if you were wondering what could have possibly got into my head and put me in that scenario, in that situation, I had 3 homegirls that had wonderful experiences on Tinder. One of them met like a Hindi, like cute, like hipster, mad cute. Shout out to the Hindis. And the other 2 met like really, really awesome brothers. One was from Lagos, Nigeria, but living in Brooklyn and working in finance. And then the other guy that my homegirl had met, she was like just seeing him like sporadically, but it was great. So of course my ghetto ass like what, like that's when you could tell. Remember when I was saying earlier about weighing things out before you even download it? I said in those 4 things, I say keep your eyes and your intuition aware of any red flags. Everything ain't for everybody. You ever had a homegirl that she can never really get it together and get a good dude because for whatever reason, and then you got another homegirl that even without trying, she's always getting like dudes? Or you got a homeboy that he has to go on mad job interviews to be able to get a job, and then your other homeboy be always just knowing somebody that gets him a job. He don't even do an interview. Or when you was in college, your peoples used to be able to take a test without even studying and pass. Certain people are aligned for certain things. Everything ain't for everybody. You gotta know. So with that being said, I was like, all right, this is for y'all. It ain't for me though. So, keeping it moving and keeping it real, and deleting that dating app, Tinder, off of my phone. I did that for me, right? The next app, because I know we don't have a lot of time, chat. I wanted to Silent Thunder in the chat says, from what I hear, older men send the pics. I cannot confirm nor deny that. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if it's because I'm a thug and people are intimidated by me. First of all, for people to even flirt with me takes a lot. Because people be afraid to even flirt with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? The chat says, I just tell a woman straight up what my intentions are. Whether it's getting to know you, I just want something physical. I don't want to waste mine on a woman's time. Praise God. You understand? So for me, it's just like, you got to know. You got to know. But the second dating app that I tried was Bumble. And this was recently. This wasn't in Brooklyn. This was while being in Texas. So I wanted to talk to chat about Bumble. My friends was like, I know before the pandemic we had you try the Tinder and it didn't work, blah, 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 but you're going to love Bumble. I was like, why am I going to love Bumble? They was like, you're going to love Bumble. Download Bumble. I said, what's so great about it? for me to download it. Y'all, they played me. I don't even like my friends. Matter of fact, no, I like my friends. Guess what? My friends don't like me. They don't like me. So they tell me download Bumble because Bumble is you could, choose which mode you want it to be on. You can have it on dating mode, friendship mode, or networking business mode. I was like, I'm happy about the money. I like that. Chat. I was on business mode and I was being told, you don't smile? I be smiling, y'all. But I don't like smiling in pictures for like the Avi because then it looks very yearbook. You know what I mean? So I was like 5 minutes in, I was told to smile by a man. I was told, oh! I was solicited by a woman and her partner on business mode, y'all. Told to smile. Solicited by a woman and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, while on business mode. So what do you think I did, chat? Deleted the profile and then deleted the damn thing off of my phone. Chat says, my success rate is low on the internet. So you don't slide into the DMs and get no type of success? I don't believe you. Thunder, you lying. You know you lying. But yeah, so the last but not least dating website app that I tried, a few of my friends from the Dominican Republic, shout out to where I come from, DR, they be on this they call it sugar daddy. Okay, they don't say sugardaddy.com. They say sugar daddy. Sugardaddy.com. So they was like, yo, go to sugardaddy.com. Stop paying for things yourself. Stop it. I was like, what? So they convinced me to put up this profile. So if you guys go to sugardaddy.com, you can probably still find that profile because it was a long time ago on sugardaddy.com. And I was like, trying to be a sugar baby. It didn't work. I'm too smart or something. You have to fake I'm not going to tell any secrets. But in dating, I want you guys to be absolutely aware there is no right or wrong answer as long as we are dealing with consenting adults, okay? If we are not adults, we should both be not adults, right? And everything should be fine. I want to remind you guys, we began the chat by letting you guys know dating in the Western world has taken a different shape. What it looked like in the Eastern Hemisphere ages ago, centuries ago, was the people who care about you, who were your elders, who were your, who were above you, decided for you who they would arrange to date with you, and you would date multiple people. You wasn't a hoe. You wasn't no hoe. Just because you went on a date on Wednesday, you went on another date next Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday, there was a designated person to court you, okay? And until you went on enough dates with all these people in the dating pool, the people who were your elders and responsible for you would allow for you to have some kind of say in it. It's not like what these history books and the media and the Netflix show want you to think. It was very, very practical. I feel like way more practical than this shit where you move in and then you start getting to know each other after the third baby, and then you realize, oh wow, I can't be with somebody that smokes cigarettes and don't want to cook and clean. But I'm very, very adamant about letting you guys know and being transparent, I want to let you know that judging from the outside only exposes your own fears, okay, and your own trauma. So if somebody comes to you asking, hey, should I try a dating app, or tell you they have tried a dating app, Don't judge, because it could be very easy to judge our westernized definition of dating, which is not dating at all. It's quite frankly all about buying the cow, getting the milk for free, or whatever it is that our parents used to say, or playing wife, playing house, playing husband, playing house, until you guys get sick of each other and, divorce or break up, and then, it's a shitstorm. So I would like for you guys to remember, do not judge people who decide to date the way that they date, because what we're doing here in the Western world would never be done, on the other side of the pond. Okay? You would not see any of that happening in Africa or Asia or any of the elder continents. And we found a way to turn what we call dating into mainstream, right? And we don't get bastardized for it all the time. We don't get, judged, So just definitely remember, dating means something different no matter where you go. I am Bunny Might Game You. Don't forget, each and every Wednesday, I'm here talking mess with you guys on twitch.tv/AURN Gaming. I want to thank AURN Gaming for sponsoring the stream every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time, where you get to ask me your questions either anonymously or with a shout out, so that I can be able to talk about it together with you, chat, each and every Wednesday here on Ask Bunny. We didn't get a lot done on Hogwarts Legacy today, but I feel like it's okay because we're going to be on this game for quite a while. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on questions for next week's show. All you have to do is go to www.bunnyiscanon.com. That's my website. Yes, my website. Okay. Hey, mama, I made it. Go to www.bunnyiscanon.com. The first thing you'll see there is a form for you to be able to submit your question, either anonymously or with a shout out, so that you can be included here on Ask Bunny each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I love you guys. I want to shout out the chat. I love you. I love you. I love you. Shout out Philly Cheesesteak 2.0. Shout out King Flash TV. I want to shout out Silent Thunder, and I definitely want to say hi to our brand new friend, okay, the King Darkskin. How you doing? All right. Oh, and we've got a newbie, right? Our new Jig the Ripper. All right. Shout out to you. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys next week. Same time, same channel. I love you. This has been Ask Bunny. I'm already out. I love y'all. I know that's right. If you have more questions, you know how to find me. BunnyIsCanon.com.